stab 'em. Mr. Cummings, stab 'em. Stab 'em. Alexander Cummings, stab 'em. His body explode. The leaders I love, the leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil.
Hey, Siddiqui, can you hear me?
Hello, you hear me?
I can hear you, Siddiqui. You can hear me? Testing.
Loud and clear.
Siddiqui.
You're loud and clear on the video. So, folks, thank you very much for following. This is the General Show. The General is already on. So we're going to bring you this conversation. But right now, we already have our show on. I'm the co-host Licky from here in Liberia. And we're going to be having a show every Sunday and Thursday. So normally what we do, we have a show Thursday night. But the show have been postponed to May Day on Thursday. Sunday will be constant the same time, 8 o'clock at the time. So keep watching as we take our host. You're welcome. Big brother.
Yeah, thank you, Siddiqui. Thanks for the time. And those in the motherland, you know, the time change in America right now. We got 1 hour extra that people think they're supposed to sleep, but it sometimes confuse us. And I was there waiting for 3 o'clock to come and 4 o'clock to come. But anyway, thanks for your patience, your time. Thanks, Fidelity. Thanks to the station. And let us just go directly into our webinar. Also, I want to wish everyone happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is every day. We must give thanks to God, and we should tell God thank you for the life and for the air that we breathe in. Okay, Siddiqui, what is trending in Liberia today? What the news on the ground?
Yeah, you breaking it, you kind of breaking it.
Yeah, I said what the news? The news on the ground. What's the news? I think Siddiqui is your stuff, not me. You can hear me? I think Siddiqui freeze up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks again for watching us. And you know, my page is under suspension. My main profile is under not under suspension, but is restricted. Yeah, yeah. Hello, you can hear me? Okay, so you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, thank you very much. So, what is going on in Liberia, there, Siddiqui?
because Islam was agreed and you need to expose this. Who knows? Ambassador the presidency and who this is. If this message don't come out, nobody will do that. Yes, this is actually in the main even emphasize on the story that there was a deputy minister in Madam Salim's government. You know, Joe Baka tried to fight this deputy minister only because of something that passed between the deputy minister father and him, Joe Baka. You know, and after it came a time, Joe Baka called the deputy minister. Said, this is what your father did for me, and that's what I've been fighting. So when the deputy minister went to ask his mother, he said, well, look, my son, the thing that happened between Joe Baka and your father, it happened since you were 2 years old. And we thought this thing, you know, it done with it a long time ago. But not knowing that you could have kept this, and for you as an innocent child, you're just 2 years old when this thing happened between your father and him. You know, it is just sad. So this is exactly what is going on here. But next week, Mr. Kumi will be engaged in this kind of things. As usual, like I tell you, we have started our campaign for this. It's not a joke, we're moving on. So these are some of the challenges.
So what news about the Liberty Party meeting?
Okay, so the Liberty Party, the NEC, because the Liberty Party was about to go in Bon County to have a convention. And because of the complaint that was issued by the Young Kanga people, and so the NEC informed the Liberty Party chairman and its executive committee that they should go on to the convention to go on hearing on Wednesday. And so that hearing will be conducted on Wednesday, 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning hour. So whatever news comes from them, we will update the public. So go on for now on Wednesday where we are. And some of them are celebrating. They're not calling Musa Nyombe criminal now. They're not insulting the NEC people. But Musa is not also insulting anybody. But any final decision come from that hearing, I hope they will be the same. They will not be going after individual here. So that is the case.
Because there's rumors going around that Liberty Party is about to set up the problem, and then they're all going to support Mr. Bwaka. You heard that?
No, that is lie. It's lie. And the Unity Party people, they are the one carrying the false information. It is complete lie. A political lie. There is no
Okay. And I just want to let people understand this thing that, when things were ups and down in the CPP, Mr. Billete was the only guy who stood by Mr. Cummings. He stood by Mr. Cummings. He was to court. He went all over the place. And why in the world you think this late day that Mr. Billete will come out to support Mr. Bwaka? For what reason? And that's what they are saying. The Liberty Party supporters for JMB and the Unity Party are spreading rumors around, trying to discourage you. Listen, guys, this is just a distraction. This is distraction. They say, oh, Mr. Cummings is not likable. Oh, Mr. Cummings is not gaining traction and whatsoever. Let them say whatever they want to say. Mr. Cummings is doing what a politician is supposed to do. My Liberian people, please, we want a better country. We should be very, very careful. Let us not listen to the same people who damage us, who we gave power and cannot deliver. And they are coming back to you to tell you that Mr. Cummings is nothing. Yes, Mr. Cummings got 7%. But Mr. Cummings is the number one and most capable and ready candidate to lead that country. They themselves know that. That is why people are calling on Cummings' name every day and every day and every day. But we will get that the Liberian people will make the best decision. Liberians, please believe in yourself. To my Sidician brothers and sisters, believe in yourself. You voted for President Weah. Let me just say this to you. Don't allow nobody to fool you. This is an election. The trip, I will tell you about the trip that President Weah got to make. The first thing, there was no conference in Morocco. It was a personal trip. They say, oh, official visit. It was only a meeting between President Weah and the president of that place, and that was it. And President Weah going to go all the way to Egypt and then go to Qatar and watch the World Cup. It's all about watching the football game. And then from there, he will stop into Florida and then come to the meeting in Washington, D.C. There is nothing there to benefit our country. In crisis, where Liberians are struggling, the president left. Even people in the CDC are not happy. Even people in the government are not happy. This thing here is sad. It's sad and it's disgraceful. We got a president who don't care, who pretend that he loves Liberia and love Liberia, but it's all about himself. The lie that Eugene Nangwe lie said the plane was given free. Oh, the president was invited to the World Cup. Let me tell you, World Cup, the FIFA do not deal with government. FIFA got nothing to invite President Weah on. In fact, inviting a president to the FIFA game is more difficult because security got to be put in place. Even the United States president, if he going to attend a World Cup just to see, too much security. So they do not just invite, they invite LFA. President Weah is not LFA. So let us stop lying. This is the same lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. They said the plane was free. They cannot tell you how many passengers, how many members of this government have left the country. They can't tell you. And another thing, let me tell you, congratulations, they passed the MCC. But passing the MCC, what happened again? Yeah. And another thing, they passed the MCC. But passing the MCC, they ain't mean that they come with money now. They got to get into the next group. And in that group, they got 60 countries. Ellie won that thing 4 times. And she won the Manila Challenge once. And she was able to get a $275 million. So I see them all over the place bragging and dancing and dancing and dancing and having party. No, there's no money behind it right now. There's no money, so don't let anybody fool you. But that's a good thing. It's good for Twe because everybody know Twe was the snitch, and everybody know Twe is one of the problems of Liberia too. But this coming election, we are not taking it for granted. We are not saying that we will win. We are working. We must work. And if you are a supporter of Mr. Cummings and you want to support Mr. Cummings, stop listening to distractors. There are people on the internet, on radio, that will give you false information like the Spoon. Sometimes they will come up and lie and tell you they are the only one that can get information from XYZ. It's not true. We all know Spoon is a government radio station in disguise, but they will tell you Mr. Cummings is not gaining traction because they think they got three radio stations in Liberia and they can spread news around, and not one day they criticize the government. They criticize everybody around the government, but they never criticize George Weah. But we know that President Weah is the problem. You will not like it, but my people, it's time to be tough. You know President Weah is the problem. Just collected $1.3 million to go on a trip that will bring nothing to Liberia. They're running an organization instead of running a country. We don't know who speaks for the country anymore. I don't know. They are all members of the Catfish family because they all get beard. But we must remove President Weah. We must remove President Weah. And to my UP brothers and sisters, we are all oppositions. But you people are playing some dirty games that will not allow you to go with. You got groups that you put together and behaving as if seditions are the people who can cause the problem. But Liberians, UP served us for 12 years and they did nothing. President VP Bouaka was there for 12 years. He cannot show us what he did at Group of 77. He still want to tell us about 1980 that you don't know about. He want to tell us what he did to LPMC during Talbot administration or the Doe administration that you were not even born. We asking, this vice president had oversight responsibility. This vice president is divisive. This vice president is tribalistic. Liberia, we need peace. We need Liberians to come together no matter who you are. Whether you Grobo, you Crew, you Pele, you Gio, you Mano, you Bandi, you Loma, you Kisi, we are all Liberians. Look at the text that Mr. Bwaka sent out to Edwin Snow, who supported him, threatening him. Ask yourself the question, why Vanish Shema don't want to support Mr. Bwaka? Why Nukwe left Mr. Bwaka? Nukwe, the former, his running mate is not even supporting him. Ask yourself the question, why Nukwe is not supporting Mr. Bwaka for president? Because Nukwe understanding that Bwaka meant nothing to Liberia. Bwaka is all about Bwaka. It's all about what he going to get. Let us not allow our instinct or our love for individual keep our country in a dive. Let us not do that, please, my people. Let us not. Mr. Bwaka running around, not running around, sitting in one place and believe that since he was vice president, that's his right to be president. No, it is not his right. Liberians, we don't want to get in a situation where we will choose between two evil. Anybody will defeat President Weah. Anybody go against President Weah, if there will be a second round, will defeat President Weah. That is clear. But do we want UP to come back to power? Can UP make the difference? We got 3, 4, 5, 6. We got more political parties. President said no one have money put it over government jobs. It don't have to be UP. It don't have to. It don't have to even be the ANC. But what we're saying that Mr. Cummings is the best suited and prepared Liberian to be president with his vision for Liberia. He has the vision. He's been saying that he's all over the place. That is what you do when you're running for president. You be all over the place. It's not that he's desperate to be president to just set a record. No. He's desperate because of lack of education in Liberia. He's desperate because Mary cannot even go to the market. He's desperate because the woman can't send her son to school. That is why Mr. Cummings is desperate to be president. Our country is rich. You can see it. You know our country is rich. I was talking to a seditian this morning, a very strong supporter of President Weah. He's discouraged for President Weah to take such a decision to just travel and leave the country for 6 months. Or he begging the military to take over or what? We can't go that route. We can't. President Weah, time is over, my people. We cannot give President Weah another 6 years of our time, of our children's time. It is clear. President Weah is running a club instead of a country. President Weah don't even know what happened in Maryland today, or he don't know what happened in Grand Jide. There was a tape I saw from Grand Jide. Moluba Molu was so discouraged. Yeah, the people of Grand Jide said they will not vote for President Weah. Maybe some of them waiting to take their own share. But it's up to you. If you allow $5 to give your vote out, well, I can't force you. I will not be in the voting booth with you. But do not allow the world to laugh at you. Please. Liberians, we are good people. It's a good place. We can change it. We can make the difference. We can vote Alex Cummings for president. He is the only one going around talking to people. You might say what you want to say. He is the 7%, fine. But if he was not gaining traction, his name will not be all over the internet. If you are not gaining traction, his name will not be all over the place. Today, let me say something. I listened to Prince Y. Johnson. Prince Johnson said, God, the Holy Spirit spoke to him that Mr. Cummings will never ever win. Mr. Cummings will not even come in the first round, near the second round. I don't challenge God. I don't blaspheme. But I know the God that I serve, the God that I pray to every day, Do not speak to people who continue to do the wrong thing. They say God can talk to a drunkard. He can give his revelation to people who you think don't worship him. But that's not the kind of people they're talking about. A drunkard who don't go to church, God can show them things. A prostitute who don't go to church, or people who don't go to church, but not the one who goes to church and blaspheme that he worshiping God. Then after that, he leave the church and steal money from his people. Even in his party, the people are not happy. But he's telling us that Mr. Cummings will not. God will judge that. But I believe God, the same God I told we should believe that Alex Cummings will be the next president of Liberia. We speak by faith and we move by faith. So Liberian people, do not allow these people to destroy you. Do not allow them. Come in, Siliki.
for some of us to get to the presidency, or to get the presidency, only because what the people have to do to be better off. See, I prefer that. So make it difficult to understand that we should not even contest for the presidency just for this country to be good. See, I prefer that. How many presidential candidates ever make sure that everybody on people in the next point? How many people tell you that, look, when I come to the presidency of this country, I don't want salary. The money I will take as a salary, I will invest it into some of these targeted or auditing organizations, that will be able to fight corruption. How many people will tell you that on people? And it's another big community always saying that. The man said, no, we have good laws in this country, especially when it comes to the big issue we are faced with corruption. He said we have good laws. But you know the problem? Some of these people who investigate corruption cases, they are now being paid with good money. And because some of them close friends is being involved in the corrupt act, they don't have the courage to prosecute them, to expose them to the public, to disgrace them. So Mr. Kumis is saying that his money will go to fund this stuff. And he said, I wish somebody close to me, like Murari Yakura, or Madam Petra Kukwe, or anybody close in my office, can steal from the Liberian people. Then you see my reaction towards those kind of people when I come to power. He said, I wish somebody close to me or in my office, or my best friend, even brother, can steal from the Liberian people. Then you see what I will do to those kind of people. How many presidential candidates in this country ever make sort of statement? Let's open our eyes. This is not about food. And I hear people crying every day in this country. The country, look, these things will not solve our problem. That is the reality. We sit and cry. Will not solve our problem in this country. The only thing that can solve you myself problem is to go through the culture of the food and think for ourselves. We have been insulted today because of the sour I'm taking. But you know what? We knew that those insults will come on us, and we don't care. Because to get our country to where it should be, it requires a lot of things, especially the way our strategy is for it. There are just certain people, we just have any man that Liberia will not be a better place, no matter what happens. And they are just comfortable with the way our country is, because there is a other way some of them can benefit to feed themselves or to keep the popularity of their region, for our country to be the way it is. And when they see people that are coming or to change that of it, we will not compromise any other thing. The interest of the Liberia is the one to fight. And those of us young people that wake up to support this cause, they cause all kinds of names. So look, fellow Liberians, watch and open your eyes. It is now. It is time for us to do these things. After 2023, the same crying we're doing today and the same crying we've been doing. And we can continue to do that on people. Look at what happened a few years ago with that 5 to 6 years. We were crying in this country that President Stanley was convulsed. She was a bad leader in other countries. We voted for George Weah. We did not break people. So look at today. Still crying. What has changed since this government took power? Are we going to sit again and make the same mistake come 2023 and start to cry again on the 2029? Some of our brothers have died because of common malaria. They should not have died. If we have a better health center, so it's time for complaining. We all can complain. We all can admit to the reality that but look, we should think for ourselves. We should open our eyes. This time, it's time that all of us should open our eyes for people. Complaining will not solve any problem. We sit and complain and keep electing bad people from one bad government to another bad government. Every one of them. This time around, look at people's past record, what they have done for themselves. What are some of the contributions to this country? This is the man that identified the 4 people in look at the mental confusion of winning Ebola crisis. The former president they awarded the biggest award in the country because of as private citizens. They may not even come in government. They awarded the biggest award in the country for his contribution towards humanity. People that were dying, even children. Women was in America, his family and went children, but all of them were in America. They have no reason to go to the point against him. But he did it because of the love of country. Because he's a Liberian. He's concerned about every Liberian that lost the Liberian in blood. And that's why you should be able to fight now. For many of you today, you don't care about that. Oh, many of you don't care about that. The only thing you care about is your interest. And let me tell you this. There are 3 group of people I want Ambassador Obama to come back. The first group of people, let me tell you this, the first group of people are those that was in government before, doing everything, 4 years, spending power. All the money and resources they stole from this country, they have mismanaged all this money killing. And so they mismanaged so much. They can't wait to come back to do exactly what they were doing. So you know what I want to do now? You want to have them in the party and Ambassador Barker to come back to power to continue the same thing they were doing. And there is another group of people who believe that yes, this guy is a man or the son of Blofa country. He will be president by all costs. And there was a certain group of people who went and been on the unity party, but never suffered or got job doing in Select Town. So now they think that in Joe Barker town they're going to get job. So all they want is Joe Barker. And because of it, so they don't want Joe Barker. We know many of them look like we are start opening our eyes. We can't keep doing the same thing expecting to do it. Our country deserves better. Everyone of us, it's not fair that we should be in our country when we find a food to eat, it becomes an opportunity for us. No, it's not fair. When somebody eat 2 times a day, then it is something big. It's not fair. Think about it. Look at what is happening. But they witness for this in the Winter House. They feed it to the Minister of Stockholm. Today is a millionaire. Today is no longer in government. I mentioned it and you will never go through. And the detriment of people. Some of you pay your way and put their own teachers to go to the CDC and make this president and make Ambassador we are president. Some of you buy a fan of food before going to bed. And then you have this press conference with the riot and this enchanted solution. And it's not going to solve the problem. What is going to solve the problem is to seek healing. And think about the future. And that person is Alexander B. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's good, Siddiqui. You broke it down and you said it all. And to my Facebook friends and my page have been restricted, and it will be restricted for 22 days. So I got another page that I'm using. So if you look there, people won't be able to see me. But if you can share it, those of you that are watching, I will appreciate that you share it, share the video. And to my people in Radio Land, for you to be part of this change, you must register first. First, try to register. When you register, you will vote. Try your best. Register and vote. Do not allow anybody to pay you. I know things are tough. The country is hard. Don't let them lie to you. President Weah believes that he can put $1 million in his pocket and run around the country and give it to you and you will vote for him. He brags about it all the time because they say Liberian people are not people you can trust. But I trust Liberians. This coming election is important to our children's future, to your future, especially the young people from 18, 19 years old to 35. You got to take the mantle. You got to make the decision. Our older people, some of them have decided already who they want to see. You can't change them. It almost like the people who should support Mr. Totman. You can't tell them anything about Totman. But look, we are not in those days. That days are over. We're talking about technology. We're talking about moving forward. Not everybody in Liberia has the opportunity to travel. That is why the government will try to create that job, create the avenues that jobs will come into the country. But everything that President Weah promised the Liberian people, he failed. He failed. You know, we will say he failed because it's not over 50% that he have done. He's between 20%. Everything is about President Weah. But when they're ready to use the same media, they use the media and lie to our people that, oh, it's Cummings. Mr. Cummings is the one who put in sanction. If Mr. Cummings that powerful to put sanction, then Mr. Cummings, I want to say thank you for doing it. Because we know people who are broke, who never had nothing today, they are millionaires. So I pray that they remain on that list. Don't let nobody fool you about America. Don't let them fool you. Then you can speak to your brother and sister in America. We in America, yes. But we asking you to help us make the difference. Vote. I will be in Liberia. I will vote, but my one vote is just a one vote. But guess what? You and myself are Liberians. We are all created equally. But I'm sitting in a place where if I work, I will get paid. If I don't work, I will stay find something. And you into another place. But I'm not better than you. All I want you to do, man, talking with your voting, we can make the difference. We can make the difference. Liberia is no different than any country you see today. We got everything to our advantage. But leadership problem is what we have. That's not you. Our leaders are terrible. It's all about themselves. And the number one problem they have is corruption. They believe that the money belongs to them. Why are you suffering? The president going to watch a World Cup that Liberia is not even participating in. He's trying to go to the World Cup to watch his son playing for the American national team. That is why Mr. President is going there for. FIFA never invited President Weah. We dared and let them, we challenge them, show the letter. If FIFA inviting president, you think a small thing, the security? FIFA invite the association. FIFA don't deal with government. FIFA deal with the FA. But President Weah and his entourage, the Eugene Nangwe, they are all in that place just to go watch football game. Why the president should spend 6 weeks out of the country? Then he will be going to France for medication. Now he cannot go to hospital in Liberia. You know that he will be going to Monaco for treatment. I don't know which type of treatment, but he purposely going to Monaco because he got a French doctor. Why he can't go to JFK? But you can go there. You see, these are the things that we're talking about. When we say it, nobody hate President Weah. He's the president. But if he's not doing the right thing, we must say it. We must say it. You went to Morocco for what? It was not a meeting from other countries. The first thing they lied, they said the plane was free. You know, it's shameful. Liberians, what are you doing? Don't get in the street and just demonstrate. Take it to the booth. Take it to the voting booth. They say even the devil got followers. Joshua still has his followers that they are already being used and brainwashed. We can force them. But we cannot re-elect President Weah. We cannot re-elect President Weah. Let us be careful, please. Please. We got an alternative here. There is nothing that you will not understand. Everybody will tell you that Mr. Cummings is the best guy. But they say Mr. Cummings is not gravitating. He's not likable. He's not appealing to the young, to the Liberian people. What do you mean? Should Mr. Cummings go in the street and give everybody $100 or $5? Hey, Liberian people. How can we say Mr. Cummings is not gravitating to Liberian people? How can we say the people don't know Mr. Cummings? How long it takes you to know somebody? So if I come to Liberia today and I'm so corrupt, I start divine money all over the place, you will know me. Why it should be about you, individual? Why it should be about you? Eh? In politics, when a person do the best thing in your community, I mean, they know you, but you want them to pay you before you vote the truth. You want them to give you money before you vote. Liberia will remain like that. Look in the street. Look at some of our young older people. Look at our old people. They ain't get nothing right now. You want to be the same? You think you'll remain like that through? Oh, please, Liberians. This coming election is critical. It's the fate. It's the everything about Liberia. The future of Liberia is in our hands. If you want to vote for Mr. Bwaka, come on, let us have a clean campaign. Put the record on the table. If you want to vote for Gonglo, put the record on the table. Let us say what we want to say. No hatred. But we got people who Mr. Bwaka willing to pay debt. If he wins, he want to pay debt. He want to go after people. According to history, we know that Edwin Snow exposed it, and he did it to other people. You get President, we are already doing the same thing. Liberians, sometimes you think that we don't love that country. Sometimes it's frustrating, but to me, it's not. That is where I will retire, and that is my country too. That is my country. But I don't want you to blame yourself that you can't make the difference. Yeah. Siddiqui, you want to open the phone line? And and, and also to those of you who watching online, if you're in America, and there will be a program in Washington. I'm sorry, in California. Yeah, go ahead. Siddiqui, I can hear nothing. What the person said, because Siddiqui, I can hear nothing. 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 Hello? Yeah? Yeah, the ANC Global Western Region will be having a 2022 gala in California, in Sacramento, California, on the 14th, from the 9th. It will take place from the 9th of December to the 11th, 2022. It will be a fundraiser, and we expect you guys to be there. If you're in that area, we want you to save that date. It's December 9 to the 11th, 2022. It's in Sacramento, California, and there will be a big fundraiser there too. Mr. Cummings will be in attendance, and we encouraging everyone to be part of it, and I will be there. And please, we need money. We have to raise some money for the election back home. So that is one of the program that we have to carry on. So the November 26th is this month, November 26th, there will be a rally in Liberia and Siddiqui. Yeah. And they're trying to push their rumors around that, and Bilite is leaving the CPP. He's going back to his party, and his party is going to support Mr. Barker and all kinds of things. Don't allow all these rumors you hear on radio or news or internet to distract you. Continue to do what you are doing. I know the Bilite. I don't think Bilite will Bilite do not betray people easily. So I know that you will say all kinds of things you want to say, but do not allow all these things as distraction. We must do what is right and speak what is right. And what the first person what they said, but I can't hear nobody. We got to put a speaker on in our studio. When the speaker is on, then we can get it. Yeah. Eh? Yeah. So we all know that Alex Cummings is the best person. So vote Alex Cummings. Alex Cummings' plans are clear, and infrastructure, job creation, agriculture, education, health, and government inclusion. You don't need to be a support. You don't need to be a member to support Mr. Cummings. You can be in your party and support Mr. Cummings. But Alex Cummings is the right man for this time. He's the one with the contact. He's the one with the vision. He's the one that got a platform out there and other people don't have. They're only talking it, but they don't have it. So let us all come together and make the change. We voted for change in 2017. We can vote for change in 2023. We shouldn't allow anyone to spoil our future. So let us vote. You must vote. This is the first time you should take your vote very important. This is the first time that you should tell the world that we are ready. That's all I can say. Come in, Siddiqui. Yeah, yeah, I'm listening to you. Eh? What you say? Oh yeah, okay, we out of time already. And I want to take this time to everyone to tell you thank you for your time, your patience. I know it is not an easy thing. We got a lot of work to do. I will be honest. But as we continue the campaign, as we continue to talk to our people, we will give them the message. We know Mr. Bwaka is popular, Mr. Weah is popular. We're in the middle, but we shouldn't allow their popularity to discourage us. We shouldn't allow because somebody was vice president for 12 years, that means they have the answer or they have the answer. No. And don't let them tell you about governmental experience because they have taken us nowhere. They all had experience, but they have taken us nowhere. We all know that President Weah have damaged the future of our children for the last 5 years. Don't let them fool you to come back and say, oh, the trip that the president went on and this and this. And don't let them fool you with the Manila challenge. There is no money in it until you get into the other group. So right now they qualify from the preliminaries. It's almost like a soccer game. So they're all over the place dancing, dancing, dancing. Because they don't know the priorities. They don't know what they want for Liberia. They don't have the vision. You gave them the opportunity, but they let you down. Take your anger to the voting booth. Take your anger, register and vote. Tell them that you're not stupid. First food are full, second food is not full. Tell them that you are a Liberian and you love your country too. So make the difference. Vote. Go out and vote. Choose who you want to choose, but ask the question. Look at all the candidates. See who will put Liberia first. Don't let them fool you. They're rich in front of your eyes. They're getting rich. They're stealing. And then you still want to grace them up. They have been stealing, and you still want to vote for them. Please vote Alex Cummings. Alexander Cummings is the best. Don't listen to nobody. He is the one. If you see Mr. Cummings, ask the question. How can you fix our broken system? How can you create job, Mr. Cummings? How can you fix the educational system? Tell us. And the ones that were there before say, but you were there already. Why you don't do it? Mr. Cummings got a plan for our disabled people. They are not crazy people. They are special people. So let us do the right thing for the first time in Liberia. They take us to be nobody, but you are somebody. When you vote for them, they don't come around. They don't call you. You will hear them saying all kinds of things about Mr. Cummings. Oh, he's not likable. Do you vote for people because they are likable? No. So thank you very much, Siddiqui. Thanks to the radio station. Thanks to our audience and those of you on Facebook. My main page is restricted, and so all my stuff will be put. It will be all the way down to the level last, and for 22 days. So I'm using the general page and other pages, but you'll be able to see some stuff. So thank you again, and God bless us all. And we pray that we have a better country and like God will open our Liberian people eyes for once. Yeah. That's how we come to the end of this conversation today. We will be back on Thursday at 2 o'clock Cameroon time. Until then, do have a wonderful night. Good night. Bye bye. Adios. Thank you, Siddiqui. Okay, guys, and because of the time, we just have 1 hour out, and so I almost forgot about the show. In Liberia, that only we alone know this time. I think the people need to change the whole thing here. But anyway, I've been so little busy, and so that is why you're not seeing me the few days on Facebook. But I said something to somebody. I said, "Garbage in, garbage out." They said I was bully. But anyway, Yvette, and listen, we need your support, please. We need your support. You can also watch me on YouTube. You can watch it on, if you hear myself on Twitter, when you click on it, it will take you there. Because right now I go into Twitter and onto Instagram too. So for the white people, those of you who, okay, guys, I gotta go home. Y'all take it easy. Y'all have a blessed day. Rosalind Dix, Miss Cephas, Tonia, what's up? Regina, how are you? Mongo J, what's up, my man? Jerome, y'all take care. Yeah, wait now.